Kansas State, number 11, will play TCU, number 17, who will host the game, TCU. Kansas State could not be off to a better start as they are 15-1 and 11th in the country. Look for them to move up if they win this weekend. As we said, Jerome Tang is having a hell of a season. The Wildcats, with this win, should move up more in the polls. Game time is at 1 tomorrow. The Missouri Tigers got blown out on Wednesday. They looked like they were flat in the first half. They were flat. They weren't trying very hard. You got to bring it 100% if you're Mizzou every single time, because Mizzou's not as athletic as some of the teams to drive to the basket when they're missing threes. I know the other teams are taller, but still, 31 threes in a game when they're not hitting threes is way too many. They need to get better at rebounding some. I realize they're a shorter team, but sometimes they need to rebound on defense. Mizzou did get down by 4 as eventually we're wearing out. The problem is it got it back up to 18. They didn't have the energy to come back because they were so far down in the first half. That's Sam Vaughn's smack. The problem, Mizzou will play Florida, who has had a rough season, 9-7, but won 2 in a row, and 2-2 in the SEC overall. Game time from Gainesville is at 2:30. Today we talked about KU edging out Oklahoma. Tomorrow the Jayhawks will play number 14 Iowa State at Kansas, number 2. In some eyes, KU is number 1. As I said on Thursday, according to bracketology and Joe Lenardi, he has KU as a number 1 seed. That game would be played in Kansas City if they were the number 1 seed in the Midwest. Game time for tomorrow, KU and Iowa State, is at 3:30 Central. Now we're going to move on to the merry-go-round play for the Chiefs, and here is a Mad Bronco in the game.
I said it before, I'm sick of losing to the Chiefs. That is like my number 1 goal that I'm looking at every day is I really want to beat them. I'm gonna say it because it's one on my chest. The fact that they did that little ring around a Rosie play against the Raiders genuinely pissed me off, and I'm just excited for that day and for that moment, and that's one of the things that I'm preparing for going into next year.
The Chiefs are off this week, earning a sort of bye. Due to unfortunate circumstances, Bills player Jamal Hamlin got the news that his light is on a home and is returned from home from the Buffalo Medical Center Tuesday, returning from Cincinnati Hospital on Monday. That game was canceled, the Buffalo Bills and the Bengals, which I'm sure teams are not happy about, but that's kind of the way things are right now. On to the rest of football. Playoffs, Super Wild Card Weekend. It's what they call Super Wild Card Weekend, which I'm not really sure why they don't call it Divisional Wild Card Weekend. I guess there's no Super. The Kansas City Chiefs will play the lowest seed of the These 2 games are tomorrow. The Seahawks will play the 49ers. The Seahawks lead the series 30-19. Also met in the playoffs in 2013 NFC Championship game. The Seattle went all the way to the Super Bowl. The 49ers have the quarterback Brock Purdy, who has done well. This story is like following a Tom Brady in his first season. Calm down, everybody. He didn't say he was Brady. He's a 7th round pick, 262. This is not supposed to have him, but it is. Of course, the Seahawks have Geno Smith. DK Metcalf will be at the receiver position. Debo Samuels will be at the gadget wide receiver position. Expect some key plays, passing plays to him, and running scrimmage jet sweeps and running back out of that backfield as a play. A gadget receiver, as we said. The Seahawks have the coming back player of the year in Geno Smith. They also have Quentin Diggs at the safety. Seattle has an okay defense. The 49ers, on the other hand, have a great defense. 49ers have the best defense in the league this year. Give me the 49ers by 10, which is what they are favored by. Line to push 4:30, 3:30 Central Time on Saturday. The Saturday night game might be the game of the weekend. It's the LA Chargers versus the Jaguars. The Jaguars played them well in Los Angeles last time. The Jaguars punched the Chargers in the mouth. Final was 38-10. The Chargers have been inconsistent a lot this year, and will be once again without wide receiver Mike Williams. The Jags have Lawrence is younger. I might take Lawrence over Herbert. He just looks like he has a better future than me. But the Jaguars should destroy all that. But the Jags have a good coach right now and Doug Peterson. The rest of the matchups we highlighted, Mike Williams will be out. San Diego Chargers will rely on Keenan Allen, who has 52 yards this season and is getting older. But we'll see if the Chargers can lean on them. Jaguars 30-23. I was going to take them 33-30, but I'll take them 30-23 after not having Mike Williams. It'll be two good running backs, Travis Etienne and Austin Eckler. Christian Kirk for the Jaguars, good receiver. The Jaguars are 9th in defense, and the Jaguars are 18th. Chargers are favored by 1.5. That line hasn't moved the last time I checked. This game kicks off tomorrow night at 7:15 and 8:15 Eastern. The Dolphins will be without Tua Tagovailoa. They announced that Wednesday and got to play the toughest team in the AFC. The Bills are the best team maybe in the AFC. They didn't have the real opportunity to get the number 1 seed due to the Bills and Bengals game, as we mentioned. Tua, I really can't see a path of them winning, but it would be a long path. Kansas State local product, KC product, Skylar Thompson will start. I'm taking the Bills 31-10. Game time is at 1 and 12 Central. The Bills are favored by 13.5. The Giants will play the Vikings and match up against each other. The Vikings won the first matchup 27-24 at the quarterback position. It'll be two average quarterbacks, Daniel Jones, who is just getting average, Kirk Cousins, who has been average for a long time but gets paid more like he's an elite quarterback. I see Daniel Jones, the best of him being is Kirk Cousins. Saquon Barkley, who seems to get his old self back, has 1,312 yards. Dalvin Cook is in the top 5 running backs. He is 6 in yards right now. I'm taking Barkley in that matchup. Barkley is younger. Dalvin Cook is 28, which maybe means he's going to slow down at 29-30. The Vikings defense rating is 32nd in the league. Meanwhile, the Giants are strong on defense, but according to rankings are 14th. I'm struggling who to take, but I'm going to take the Vikings 30-27. Push is the line. Kickoff is at 4:30. The Ravens and Bengals just match up. They just matched up. More of the same. I can't see the path of the Ravens winning without Lamar Jackson, and that's likely what the likelihood is. Tyler Huntley controls the game, and he is back. J.K. Dobbins is great, and the defense is very good for the Bengals. That's the only way I can see them winning, and taking out Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and letting Tyler Boyd beat them. If they can do all those things right, maybe the Ravens beat the Bengals. But I'm not going to pick one. Be the one to pick one. I'll pick them 30-20. Final score was on Sunday, 27-16. The Bengals are favored by 8.5. Then we go to the final Monday night game, which is maybe the game of the weekend on the NFC, maybe even the game on the week of the whole week. Buccaneers and Cowboys on Monday night. Dak Prescott, who has struggled in the last few games. On the other side is obviously Tom Brady. He has been the best ever in my mind. And Mike Evans, has been very good this season, has 1,124 yards. But CeeDee Lamb has been better with 1,359 yards. Could get to 1,400 by the end of this weekend. I'm going to take the Buccaneers 31-21. I get a little anxious at 3, let's say 27-24. I'm a little anxious about that one because, I don't know, I just think the Cowboys are a little out of whack, but the Cowboys have been better this season. Game time is at 8:15 and 7:15. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. We'll have you more tomorrow with me and Jason.